Now I want to talk about a piece that you worked on called Ocean State.
Yes.
So what exactly is Ocean State all about?
Ocean State is a feature film. It's about you know, a man mid-20s trying to face his phobia, trying to figure out his life, kind of at that weird in-between point. I was director of photography on the film. The director, Ted Ryan, he's a good friend of mine, but I met Ted. I think I met Ted right after I graduated college from here. I was looking to just get into directing right away, and I found an ad on Craigslist. This a senior at Boston College. She was producing her thesis film. It was actually a Bollywood film, and which was kind of interesting. And I wanted to be the director, and I went in, and she wanted to see stuff I've done, and I showed her Blue Moods. And I was like, oh, I did everything on that. And she's like, I'd actually really like you to shoot it. And that's when I met Ted Ryan, who was the director. And the film wasn't very good, but we learned a lot. It was my first time working with a crew, a sound person, producer, many actors, many different locations, budgets, things like that. So I mean, it was a huge learning experience for me. And then Ted Ryan and I, we stayed friends. He helped me on Affinity. He was my assistant director. And then he's produced a ton of short films that are pretty successful, and he had written this script, and he said, I want you to be my DP, and I was kind of hesitant. I was like, it's kind of a big deal because it was he put $15,000 into this, so it wasn't, and it was his money that he'd been saving for 2 years. I said, are you sure? And he's like, no. He's like, I know you can handle it. So I said, all right. So we started pre-production in, I think it was January of 2010. He showed me the locations. There was snow on the ground, and in the film there's no snow. So what I did is we just kind of looked over everything, shot test footage, figured out what's going to work, what's not, and then he started auditioning right after. Most of it was he auditioned by himself. He would go to New York City. He put ads in a Backstage, New York, Craigslist, New York, and a couple other things. And he would go to New York every single weekend and just audition. And he didn't find anybody, but he remembered an actor he worked with years before that named Keith Jordan. Keith Jordan's he's a SAG actor. He had a film that was moderately successful called Make the Yuletide Gay. It was very big in the film festivals. And Keith read for the part, and then he flew Keith out. And the actress who's in it, he found her, she's from Philadelphia, and she was just someone that auditioned in New York. And the man played by Larry is actually a friend of his who's a theater actor in Boston. So
he had everything pretty much.
Yeah, it was. I mean, it was a lot of. I mean, it was a lot of work. He probably 6 months of work, but Ted did. He did everything and put it all together.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, now for you to be asked to be part of a movie where someone invested all this time, invested all of their own money, must have been so rewarding for you to have someone be like, I know you, I trust you, I want you on this.
Yeah, it was definitely, because Ted's one of my best friends, so it was stressful because you're working with your friend, and then when you work in production and something where you have a set schedule every day and you can't go over budget, you worry that, are you still going to be friends after the shoot, and what's going to happen? But right. It was, I mean, I was part of most of the process, and all the scouting and everything, and yeah, it was a lot of fun. We finished that probably, I think almost exactly a year ago, filming that. Yeah.